Hello guys, welcome back. I came to the conclusion that, I haven't been getting any responses for a while on the videos. And I knew the channel was kind of winding down, so it's kind of perfect timing, God's perfect timing, I guess, of everything coming to an end. I've reached the point where it was one time too many, and I obviously won't be working with Loki as a god anymore. And the one that I could hold a discussion with, because he'd already bowed out and taken himself out of the conversation entirely, was Dionysus. I said, I can't really work with any of the gods I've worked with before. I said, because, Loki'll show up like he does and want in the middle and want all to be forgiven. He'd shown up like he does when I was baking biscuits with Bastet of all things. And he wanted his share. I said, okay, you can have one. And I just sort of knew that was the last offering he was ever going to get from me. And I told Dionysus, I said, I've reached a time in my life where I'm having enough health problems and I'm having enough other problems that I can't take the drama anymore. I just want to have a nice, quiet god, just one is fine, and go somewhere and settle down. That's all I want out of life right now. And I said, I don't really particularly care which god it is, just as long as it's none of the gods I've been working with, because then, the little weasel will be back. And I said, that's no good for me. I said, frankly, I deserve better. I want, a god that's not going to be drama, that's not going to go and walk about. I want someone that'll be there day in, day out. Well, the god of my childhood is an opportunist, and it isn't like I'm going to become Catholic or super Christian or something. I'll be a witch and a pagan till the day I die, but I'm like, well, that works. And I had prayed, I did one last thing. I had prayed to Aphrodite. I asked her to help fix this, to help me see what the right solution was, and I just got really calm in my heart. And I got really calm, and I thought, well, that's good, because I'm usually hysterical and I go running back, and I said, I can't do this anymore. I'm too damn old. I don't like the drama anymore. And I said, when you first get into magic, all the drama and the fun and everything, that's all fun. You hang out with the wild gods. And then one day you wake up and you realize the fun times aren't fun anymore, and you just want to settle down with a nice god. Loki's not the settling down type, obviously. None of the gods I work with are. And I can't expect them to be something they're not. So I have very limited options. There's only one god in this universe, that's the settling down guy. And we are not on the best of terms. It's not like we hate each other, but it's like he'd kind of told me before I left on my grand decades-long pagan adventure that you've got to go sow your wild oats. This is a thing you have to do. I don't judge you for it, and I don't fault you for it, but you'll be back. I was like, okay. So I don't know where my path will take me right now, but it's kind of good that this happened now, because I know the channel's winding down. I've been trying, actually, for a week or so to make you guys a goodbye video, and I've never really found the time. And, I had all the drama and everything going on, and, all the gods have peaced out. By the way, Apollo, all the Greek gods, all the Norse gods, Loki, of course, all the gods have peaced out, and it's really serene, and it's quiet, and it's what I need. I know it's what I need right now. So it's been fun, and I don't regret any of it, but you do reach that stage in life where we don't talk about it as pagans, and we should, that you just want to settle down. You're tired of the drama, you're tired of the fighting, you're tired of people walking up to you on the internet and going, guess what I did with your god? I'm done. I'm too old for this shit. So I'm going to find that nice quiet god and settle down. And part of that settling down will be to not be on the internet. I know that now. And it's okay. I kept all my old religious theology books, so I can go back into those and look into those. And I kind of had foresight. I knew I'd probably go around in a great big circle. And I think that's what I've done. And again, I wouldn't call me a Christian. I wouldn't call me a Catholic. I wouldn't say I'm going to become monotheistic. One God's just all I can handle at this point in time. And a lot of quiet time. So, it's been fun. And it was kind of surreal knowing that people were responding and knowing people were kind of watching the ship sinking. And actually, you don't get it because every time you see me, I'm talking. I'm quiet most of the day. If I'm not talking to you guys, I'm actually not speaking. Because there's no one around here for me to speak to, and I'm not speaking to the walls. I'm not barking mad. So I'm actually very quiet, and I was watching all that. And I was watching views go down, and I was watching everything else. And then I've been getting videos like Queen's Right Silent Lucidity came up, and that comes up every time that it's the darkest moment in my life and I'm ready to give up. The video pops up. And then video popped up about a woman, guy writes this nasty letter to his wife about how she's never been this, that, and that. And she writes back a letter of she knew he was cheating with the sister, and he hasn't been a good man. And the day she hadn't noticed him was she had come home and he was wearing a gift from the sister of all things, and she knew it. And it turns out that the wife won the lottery and was mega rich, and because of the husband's letter, she wouldn't have to give him a damn thing. So it's kind of fitting. And I had a writing, some money I earned on writing come in, so that's kind of fitting too. Everything's kind of coming together. It's just, you do it. We don't talk about paganism. We don't talk about reaching that age where you don't want to run around anymore. People call it croning or something. It's not that. You've had enough of the excitement. You've had enough of the drama llamas, and you don't want to hear them sing their drama llama song. And you've just had enough. And YouTube's basically a dumpster fire at this point anyhow, so I'm going to be glad to no longer be part of the community. And I realized that part of the reason I was spinning out of control was that I could just feel people watching the videos on the sidelines and judging, and I was like, well, I'm done. I'm done. I'm done with gods. I'm done with goddesses. I'm going home, so to speak. And I'm just going to take a sabbatical. If I have to take a sabbatical for the rest of my life, so be it. Loki's a mistake for me. He's not the settle down type, and I need the settle down type right now. I'm at that point in my life where I need a settle down type. I need a quiet, industrious type, and I don't want a Norse god. I don't want a Greek god. I don't want any of the gods I've worked with because, like I said, the weasel will be there, and I'm done with the weasel. So, I enjoy those of you that stay with me on the journey, and I think everything works out for the best. I don't think any of the gods meant me any real harm. I don't think Loki meant me any real harm, but he is what he is, and I can't change him, and I can't fault him for his nature. It didn't help that along the way people had to be so competitive, but that is what it is. That's human nature. People are that competitive with every relationship. I realize that. But that certainly had something to do with it. And instead of being good and supportive God, he would preen and be in his glory, so that didn't help it either. As Dionysus said, nice girls don't settle down with bad guys, and basically you're a nice girl, and I can't say that any of us are good guys. So, he wasn't calling all the pagan gods evil, but what he meant is not one of them is a settle down god. Not one of them's a settle down and set up house and live in contented peace and quiet with you for the rest of your life. That god doesn't exist in the pagan pantheon. He only comes in one flavor, so I may even be without a god for a while. I may just need to take time by myself and heal. And if that's the case, that's the case. But I do appreciate those of you that were along for the ride. I am not suited to YouTube, I know that as well, but it's been something else, so I will see you guys around, hopefully. And I'd say I'd talk to you later, but this is it, so I'll see you around. Bye-bye.